Welcome to the Draft Professor, everybody. I am joined today with Montel. Montel, I believe this is the first time you and I have ever podcasted together. So I would like to say welcome to the Draft Professor. How are you today?
Hey, Jim, I'm doing great, and thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, this is the first of many, my friend.
Oh, and the Draft Professor, we podcast every day. So I am more than happy to have people on the channel and to talk about the draft simulator and to talk about the draft. Um, as you're looking at the Chicago Bears offseason right now, what do they most need to accomplish in the draft for you to be happy?
It's very critical for the Bears to be more improved going into next season, and uh, just as someone that's a long time watched the Bears, been a fan of, been an analyst of, they've seen very strong performances in year one of a new coach, and then there's been regression in the second year and possibly the third as well. In order to get ahead of that, you have to attack some of the weaknesses along your roster, not just with patchwork guys, but with quality players. For the Bears, it's very important for them to get focused on defense. They were last in the NFL in pressures. They're going to need interior help. They might need edge help as well. There's a possibility they could be without Tremaine Edmonds in the following season. He may be a so-called cap casualty due to the money he's owed. And then even if you get further into the defensive backfield on the perimeter, they could be in need of one safety. A forward-looking idea would maybe be not just a safety in the event that Jaquan Brisker doesn't return, but maybe someone to learn under Kevin Byard for a year. That would be a very forward-looking move for Chicago. Not to mention the corner situation. Tyreek Stevenson's entering a contract year. Jalen Johnson, and they nearly broke him physically this season. Assuming he comes back fully healthy, you have him, Tyreek Stevenson, and then maybe Zah Frazier, right? Maybe Terrell Lewis coming off the ACL injury. So I wouldn't want to hang my hat on that either. So the Bears have some key defensive needs, as well as, maybe some more depth along the offensive line. So.
Okay, so I like that. And nearly everything I heard you say was defense.
Yeah.
Or maybe offensive line. Right? You threw the offensive line one in there at the end.
Yeah. Mostly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are going to use the Draft Professor.
Yeah, it could be, like that.
And we're going to do the Chicago Bears, and we're going to do this thing called the First Round Fanatic Challenge. So Montel is going to talk through 5 unique one-round drafts for Chicago. So Montel, is there a favorite player that you want to drop to Chicago at their pick?
I think the dream for practically every Bears fan should be somewhere in the scenario of, oh man, what if Caleb Downs was there, right? Not happening, right? But you want to try to get your best defensive player available. There's also a dream scenario where you have a really, really strong offensive tackle that's available. A guy like Caleb Lomu is someone that I think a lot of, analysts are lower on. I'm higher on him. He could be the best offensive tackle in this draft. People are already very much aware of Spencer Fano. That's his teammate, but Lomu does an excellent job on the other side, and he's maybe the more powerful tackle as well. So I have multiple dream scenarios, but looking at what you have here, this is not a bad starting spot here. I would absolutely love Caleb Banks there. This situation is actually pretty strong as well. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll run through round 1 to make sure we're not missing any players.
Sure.
But Mendoza, Reese, Bain, Tate, Maui, Noah, Lemon, Bailey, Tyson, Downs, Woods, Delane, Styles, Fano, Pregnon, Parker, McCoy, Freeling, Love, Falk, Lomu, Terrell, Ione, Sadiq, Boston, with Chicago on the clock. And you said, is this spreading the pickup for Caleb Banks, or is there any other player that you like better than Caleb Banks here?
It's a tough one. I think you have to look at the type of players. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to look at who's the most rare prospect to have at this position. Could you look at let me see, just click on tackle really quick. I just want to see who we got. Okay, go back to Dio again. Gotcha. Okay, so I would assume in many scenarios that Caleb Banks would be off the board. I think if the foot checks out, the medicals check out, and he can test the way I think he can test, there's no discernible reason, in my opinion, why you would draft someone like Kedrick Falk over Caleb Banks. So I would expect Caleb Banks to not be there. So I'm going to take him this time around since he's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like your thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Banks. So the second mock, Caleb Banks is sniped 4 picks before Chicago's on the clock.
Gotcha. And I'm glad it worked out that way, because I was thinking I'd feel terrible if I passed up on the opportunity to take him. So don't have to worry about that one. Next one, people are going to hate me for this because I'm not going to lie. Lee Hunter is more fun to watch. He does bring the pass rush upside, but you look at the Bears, they didn't defend the run particularly well. I do think, the modern nose is maybe going away a little bit. Most defensive coordinators like someone with that 3-6 versatility. Caden McDonald isn't quite that guy, but I think the Bears take him here because they'll say, okay, we'll teach him the pass rush. He's going to test well, and he's going to take on double teams and be relatively strong at the point of attack.
Okay, so in this one, Banks and McDonald sniped before the Bears pick. Lomu dropped. He wasn't there before.
Got it. So for me, this is another one relatively easy. Kalen Lomu, right now, pre-combine, is my best tackle in this class. So I'm going to go ahead and take Caleb Lomu. I think they'll have some flexibility there with their now second-year offensive tackle that they already have, maybe kicking him inside the guard. I love that for the Bears.
Okay. So in the fourth one, Banks, McDonald, Lomu, snipe before your pick. Proctor's here. I don't know that Proctor was there before.
Okay, gotcha. Go to edge really quick.
Young, Howell, Mesidor, Akis, R. Mason Thomas, Lawrence.
Interesting. Okay. This is a tough one. I absolutely love Cassius Howell, but I also really, really like could you go back to edge for me? We had Cassius Howell, and R. Mason Thomas. Those guys are really good. I think about the Bears defensive line and who they have. You figure you have Sweat is kind of like that stronger, like defensive end. They need that drop type, weak side pursuit guy. Right now, pre-combine, I like Cassius Howell in that role better. He's been a spy. He's been an awesome pass rusher with an array of pass rush moves. He does everything within that system there at A&M. Outstanding fifth-year player. So for me, I'm going to take Howell here.
Okay, so now we're starting the fifth one.
Gotcha.
So in this one, Banks, McDonald, Lomu, and Howell are off the board. Anthony Hill's always been there. I'm looking to see who else is here. So like Chase Besantis is here. Lee Hunter's been here every time.
Yeah, I really like Lee. I just think there's a chance that he does not test particularly well. I love my film, but I'm also a metrics guy. Let me see here. What do we got? Could you go to corner?
So Hood, Abney, Johnson. So Terrell was taken about 5 or 6 picks before you.
Gotcha. I'm going to take Keith Abney, the corner. He's an outstanding player, tremendous on-ball production. He's physical. He can run, can play zone, can cover man and match hips. Absolutely love this for the Bears.
Okay. So, Montel, between Caleb Banks, Caden McDonald, Caleb Lomu, Cassius Howell, Keith Abney, which one of those is your favorite pick for Chicago?
That's a tough one. I feel like not enough people are high on Keith Abney right now. I think they could be after the combine. So I'm gonna treat that one like a slow burn. I think that one could gain speed and momentum over time. My favorite pick for the Bears, it might be Caleb Lomu. That's my best tackle in the draft, and to me, I think Dallas does it better than anyone. You know, they're never afraid to add offensive line talent when they already have offensive line talent, and so I think that's an important thing for a team like the Bears to consider. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was pretty easy. It took what, 7? I think we talked through that one for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
You feel warmed up and you're ready to do a few more mock drafts?
Yeah, let's roll.
Okay. So the next one that we're going to do is a second round Fanatic Challenge. This is going to be 10 unique 2-round mocks. In round 1, you can take any player that's available, and it won't snipe you round 1 like it did with the first round challenge.
Gotcha.
But in the second round, it's going to snipe you. So by the time you get to the 10th one, it's going to snipe your 9 favorite picks. So by the time we get to the end of the second round challenge, there's usually like, okay, you got to think outside the box. We haven't seen a round 2 that's this difficult before. That's the challenge part of it.
Okay.
So you'll have a chance to talk about, any of the players round 1 or round 2 that you want. The round 1 for a first round challenge and the round 1 for a second round challenge, for the first one, they should be similar. There will be some deviations 2 through 10, but if the draft goes the way that it is this Caleb Banks again?
The draft goes the way that it is. Yeah, I want to go on record saying I don't expect him to be there. But if he's there,
so he's there because nobody else that I'm doing this podcast with is picking them higher.
Wow.
Just to give you an idea, right? So this is you mock drafting against everybody that follows the Draft Professor, and you can take that or leave it, right? But
yeah.
But, the Eagles people weren't taking Banks.
Yeah.
The Chargers people not taking Banks. The Dallas people are not taking Banks. I've done it with 2 Panthers people. They're not taking Banks. The Vikings people didn't take Banks. Right. So to me, this feels like where Banks' range would be, because I agree with you. Those teams need defensive tackles.
Yeah.
Those weren't that, Banks wasn't the player. Like the Vikings people would choose Jeremiah Love over Caleb Banks.
Understood. Yeah, I get it. Well, I guess, all things considered, I mean, it's weird. It's like they know he's 320 pounds moving like this, right? So if the physicals check out, I've got to treat it like he's a player. And so, in this situation, in this one, I take Caleb. Yep.
Okay. So Caleb Banks in round 1. What are you thinking you want to do in round 2?
We got to look for value either at linebacker or at corner or at safety. So it could be a variety of the two. And if not, then we got to go to offense and see what we got. So, I like Bud Clark. I love Jacob Rodriguez as a pursuit backer. Tough one. Let's see. What do we have at corner? Yeah, what do we got at corner?
I'll turn off the other positions. It'd be a little bit easier to see.
Yeah, Devin Moore.
So where are you in Igbinosun? Are you round 2, round 3, or day 3?
I'm more of a round 3, late round 2 kind of guy for him. Let's see what's at safety. What do we have at safety?
And I'm curious because I didn't see D'Angelo Pons, so I'm and he went 1 pick before. That's
yeah.
Okay.
About that
so
one.
So the corners that went right before include Pons, Neal, Cisse,
gotcha,
Hood, Abney.
Wow, at 47.
Right, Chris Johnson. So there's 6 corners that went in round 2.
Gotcha. So can I see the safety pool again? Halsey. Man, okay. All right, so let's see. What's there?
So the safety. So Ramsey went 2 picks before you. Kilgore went in round 2. McNeil Warren went in round 2. Thieneman went in round 2.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's see what's at edge, because we can take and play
Mesidor, Akis, Moore, Dennis Sutton.
Interesting. You know what? I think trying to think. Take Caleb. Caleb Banks and play the 3 to 6. You can take someone like an Overton. He can play 3 to 6 as well. And then just go to linebacker for me. Yeah, this is good. It's good. All right, and let's take it to tackle, offensive tackle. I just want to see what was left.
Barber, Williams, Tiernan, World, Bowery, Crownover, Wagner.
Gotcha. Okay, I see exactly what's going on here.
Drew
Okay.
Shelton.
All right, so we need to go to. Sorry, I've got you running all over the place. Let's go.
That's okay. You got to get used to what the board looks like. This is good.
Yeah, let's go back to. Well, actually, we have a chance here. Yeah, let's go with Kristen Miller. Let's go with Kristen Miller. We'll double.
So you would go Banks, Miller back to back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bolster defensive line there. Get some value. All right.
Okay. So now the simulator starts a second mock.
Gotcha.
Caleb Banks is still here.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome to pick any player you want and then see what happens in round 2.
Gotcha. So I think in round 1, and that's why this is such a good exercise, is you see that there was a little bit of a run and a lot of the positions the Bears need. So you saw Pond really fished out a corner and at safety. Right. Can we look at corner right now and just oh, there we go. Wait, I got you. All right, so for this one, I really like Colton Hood. That guy's really good. All right, go to safety. Yeah, no, I can't sign off on that. That's no, I can't do that too soon. I'm speaking a little too loud. But go to edge, please. Let's see what we got at edge. Zion Young, Cassius Howell. Yeah, okay. All these considered, let's go corner here. And I'm just going to go off my notes. I really like Keith Abney. I think people are going to be high on him. I think Colton Hood's a heck of a player. Abney's going to give you more versatility, and he's more productive. So I'm going to go Abney in the first.
Okay, so we go with Keith Abney in the first.
Yep.
And then 9 picks before you're on the clock.
Oh, man. How about that for a
Kristen Miller is sniped.
Wow.
So this one, I don't know that we saw Kamari Ramsey last time.
We didn't, and that's helpful that he's there. Let's see what do we have at edge available in D-line? You know, can we use some of this depth and come back the other way? Who I really like.
And in general, the boards will be really similar from what you saw last time to what you saw this time. It'll be plus or minus a player more than likely at every position group.
Okay.
So once you get a feel for what the board looks like, it's not going to be modified that much. There will be a little bit of change, but not much.
Got it. Okay. So let me see. What's a defensive tackle, like defensive line? Because I'm still.
So where are you on Orange, Daryl Jackson,
Corleone,
Xavier Harris?
Yeah, it's a little high for these guys. Let's see what edge looks like again. Yeah, I kind of like. Oh man, I really like Derek Moore, and then I think, we're gonna have to go edge here. Man, see, I really feel like DA is gonna like LT Overton. He's got that body type for 3 to 6 that he likes, and he was a reasonably productive player. But Derek Moore is an edge, and he's very good and very productive as well. This is tough, but having multiple good choices is a good thing. So, man, I think for the purposes of this, I like Overton better for right now for what we're asking them to do. So, take him. Yeah.
So that second mock was Keith Abney, LT Overton. Simulator starts a third mock.
Gotcha.
Okay. What do you want to try in round 1 here? And you can talk about, if you wanted to try Colton Hood, we can try Colton Hood and see if that generates something different.
Yeah. Let's go to defensive line. I want to try to do this a little bit differently. So we're going to do – oh, man, wait. No, it's safety. You said it changes more or less a player. Yeah, let's start with let's go Caden McDonald. Let's take him.
Okay. So Caden McDonald, round 1.
Yep.
And then in round 2, you see Golday, Ramsey, Trotter dropped. I don't think Trotter was here before.
No, he wasn't. Yeah. Julian Neal. That's
and then Derek Moore is here, but you'll notice that LT Overton and Kristen Miller were sniped before your pick.
Gotcha. Okay. When a situation like that,
Julian Neal dropped in this one. He wasn't here before.
Oh man, that's actually pretty good. Julian Neal. What we got at safety? I see that group.
Ramsey, Taft, Clark.
Man, I don't want to reach it, but Clark is a player. Let's see what. Dang. All right, so I took Caden first. Yeah, what's at edge? Yeah, we gotta get aggressive. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Moore. Let's take Derek Moore.
Hey,
Nice.
Brandon, it is good to see you. So Brandon is a loyal Draft Professor follower.
Nice.
He's a huge Texans fan, but the fact that he's crashing a Bears mock draft podcast speaks volumes to how loyal of a follower Brandon is. But one other thing I want to point out, you notice how McDonald is now higher than Banks?
Yeah.
Before they were reversed. So the players on this simulator are going to move up and down the board based on who you pick.
Nice.
So this is happening in every pick, every round. We're getting this behavior. So
Okay. Let's see what edge has available. We got Zion Young. I see him. Cassius Howard. Yeah, it's just a little too rich for some of these guys. This is definitely a situation the Bears could end up in. We have to get the best available pass rusher. Yeah, I got to give him Cassius Howell.
So you go Cassius Howell in round 1. Then in round 2, the simulator will snipe Miller, Overton, Moore.
It's fine.
Before the Bears are on the clock.
Man, the Jags just love D'Angelo Pons. I mean, how many times they're killing me? They're killing me. They just love D'Angelo Pons.
So, so now that I know that you're targeting Pons, I'll keep my eye out. Basically, there's a good chance that you're going to be waiting until the 10th mock because Pons is going off the board one before you.
Yeah.
Do you like Julian Neal at 57, or that's not your corner of choice if the board fell this way?
I like him. I'm trying to I guess there's just going to be a run on corners because I have him. I have a few I like better than him, but look, just continue to scroll down for me. Let me see just how you have the okay.
Oh, and this board is here based on people that have done Bears mock drafts before you. So This is not the site board. This is the frequency that players are picked in Chicago Bears mocks.
Oh wow! This is
this is entirely a popularity contest. So don't believe the herd. Make sure that you know which players you're targeting.
Yeah, I was surprised that this is the herd. I was like, oh wow, this is okay. Yeah, can we scroll up really quick? Let's see what we got there. Click on receiver for me. I'm kind of curious now. Because I'm like
Lane, Rivers, Branch, Brazel.
All right, and then tackle. I just want to get
Skyler Bell, Antonio Williams are here. Ted Hurst is also here.
Yeah, and then at tackle,
Barber, Williams, Tiernan, World.
Okay, they did some good work there. Okay, all right. So let's go to safety and see what we got there first before I make it. Yeah, I really like Kamari Ramsey, so let's go ahead and take him. I think that's good value. Rangy safety, really good pick. Excellent fit. Yeah.
Okay, so that mock was Cassius Howell, Kamari Ramsey.
Nice.
So we're now doing the 4th mock. Chicago's on the clock in round 1. You notice that Cassius Howell is slowly moving up the board. I think he was 27 last time. He just moved up to 24.
Yep, sure did. This is interesting. So we've got Caden. Abney's there at 28. Now, he is a player. Yeah, James Rosarius. Okay, scroll up a little bit higher. I just
went
want
to
to
the second
see.
page. I'll go back to the first page.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. And what do we have at linebacker? I'm just curious.
Anthony Hill and Jake Golday. CJ Allen went about 6 picks before you.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do with this one because it's just gonna fall this way, isn't it? Go to corner. All right, and then let's go back to edge rusher, defensive line. You can merge those two together if you want. Let me see. Or no, D line and edge. I'm sorry.
Oh, I misunderstood. Sorry.
Yeah. No problem. Man. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think I know what we should do. All right. Let's take this back to the top. Yeah. Let's go and get. Wow.
I mean, you can pick the same player over and over again in round 1.
Oh, okay. I can. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
In that
if you wanted to go Caleb Banks, no matter what, you're probably going to be able to do that.
Okay, good. Because I'm thinking what we should do here is, okay, we don't have a nose, so we got to go and get an edge. I don't really like Zion Young that much. Yeah, I'm going to take, am I going to do this again? Yeah, I'm going to take Caleb Banks again. That's what it's looking like.
Okay. And again, there's nothing wrong in a first round challenge with taking the same player over and over again in round 1. The challenge is in round 2, Miller, Overton, Moore, Ramsey, all snipe before you're on the clock at 57. So where do you look for value in this player board right now?
It looks like linebacker is a spot. Now, is Jacob Rodriguez available? Because I would not mind playing that he is.
Yes.
He's on the board. Let me see. Yeah, this is a dicey pick for him. I like him. 60 pre-combine, ranking him at 69 is excellent. It's just until he tests, I can't take
this is all based upon the simulator algorithm.
Gotcha.
Right. This is just where is he picked? Is he picked more often in round 2 or round 3?
Yeah, I got you completely. Yep. Okay, so let me see. I went Banks in round 1. In round 2, probably not linebacker. Let's see what safeties are available.
So it's 1 fewer than when you took Ramsey, right? So the question would be, do you have a round 2 grade on any of these players that are left?
I don't. Bud Clark is a fringe 2, but he'd have to test. Everyone else is a 3 for me. That's just how I roll.
And then at corner, any of these guys have a round 2 grade? Like, are you round 2 or round 3 on Will Lee?
Yeah, no, these guys, these are round 3 guys to me. I guess we gotta go. Yeah, we don't have a safety in here. Yeah, let's see what we have at offensive line. Let's see what we have tackle.
Again, it's the same board that you have been looking at. So are you round 2 on any of the players here?
Wow. Okay. No. Yeah, this is stumping me. Okay. So this is really challenging. I like it. Let's go to corner. Wait, no, did I just let's go corner. Yeah, I can't do that. Can you just go to who you have like ranked, like just like all?
Yep.
And then that way I can not look Yeah, that makes sense. Where
are you of like Akis or Malachi Lawrence?
I like Akis a lot. I'm just weighing him versus a linebacker and Josiah Trotter. Now, Trotter's more of a Mike. I feel like the Bears need more of a Will, so I'm going to opt out of that. I'm going to take Yakis. See where we go with that. Okay. Double down on defensive line.
Okay, so that was Caleb Banks, Gabe Akis. Yep. Okay, so now we're doing the 6th of the 10 mocks.
Nice. Okay, so I think what I'm seeing here is it is going to be tough to get premium edge players if I don't do it in the first. That just seems to be the facts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Cassius Howell. I'm going to take him again, and it's always going to be edge from now on, unless something crazy happens.
Got it. Okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, so we go Cassius Howell in round 1, and your 5 favorite round 2 picks have been sniped, which would include Kristen Miller, LT Overton, Derek Moore, Kamari Ramsey, Gabe Akis, all off the board before you pick a 57. Dunker is here. I don't think he was here before.
It's actually a very, very good player. Let me see. Could you scroll down? Let me just see what else we got here. Yeah, I think that might be a win. If the Bears can get a guy like Dunker, interior offensive lineman, at that spot, that's the best value. If you take position out of it, that's what you need to do. Yeah.
So you like Dunker here?
Absolutely.
See, and Montel, you're now feeding into how I believe we need to talk about the draft, because you really haven't taken any offensive linemen, right? But you see the right value drop to you on the board. That's when you do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Right. So Cassius Howell again.
Scroll down really quick. So what I'm going to do is this is intentionally just to kind of, I guess, tweak the algorithm a little bit. More people need to know about R. Mason Thomas. That's a very good edge rusher. He's comparable to some of the guys that are going to go. I want to take him. And I think the reality is he is at worst a fringe first. So I think that's someone that we should look at. So, yep.
No, and I like the way that you're attacking that. Okay, so like we do R. Mason Thomas round 1. Mesidor dropped to round 2 in this one.
Wow.
He wasn't there before.
No, he wasn't. Wow.
So what do you look for if you went R. Mason Thomas in round 1?
Well, you figure you got you got your edge rusher, so you're kind of looking for what's on the interior. So like, what's the defensive line situation look like?
Right. And we know that Kristen Miller won't be there because we've already picked him, so it sniped him from us. Right. So Miller, Overton, Moore, Ramsey, Akis, Dunker, all sniped before you're on the clock at 57.
Gotcha. And then, I'm going to ask about safety and corner and see what that looks like. Safety.
So,
okay.
It's the same safety board, right?
Yeah. It's tough.
They're not dropping.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, I think in the real draft, all the safeties that are going early round 2 are going to go round 3. If Xavier Watts went round 3, Emmanuel McNeil Warren is not going in round 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
right. Like the NFL has told us how they value the position. So I think all of us have McNeil Warren graded high enough to take there, but the NFL is telling us that safeties don't matter.
Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this. Okay. Got it. Let's see. So we've got I went edge in round 1 and 2. Yeah. You could almost make the case. Oh, wait, Julian Neal's there. Yeah, why not? Let's take Julian Neal here. We need a corner badly. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so we're in the next mock. So this is mock 7 of 10. Cassius Howell round 1. Do you want to do R. Mason Thomas again?
Actually, yeah, let's roll the dice a little bit. So I saw Avion Terrell was available. I think I've only seen that maybe twice so far. We need to go ahead and take him at corner. You got him. Okay, all right, we're rolling.
Good. So Avion Terrell round 1.
Got it.
You get to round 2.
All right, let's see what we
Your
got.
edges would be Malachi Lawrence, Romello Height, Max Llewellyn, Dennis Sutton, Barham.
Okay, yeah, tougher crowd at the edge.
Yep, there's a reason we call this a challenge. Defensive line, you're looking at Orange, Jackson, McClellan, Harris.
Zane Durant is a pretty good player. Okay.
Do you have a round 2 on Zane Durant?
I think he can test his way into round 2. I do not have a round 2 on him, though. Not right now.
Okay.
He's a possible, but the risk averse is like a great third or fourth round. But there are some things there I thought were pretty good on the film. Production was nice as well. Could I see? Let me see. We went corner. Yeah, let's see what we got at linebacker. You know what? Yeah, Jacob Rodriguez. I don't know. I mean, I feel like he can run 4.6 to 4.7, but that's a pursuit linebacker, and I think he can make some plays. He has that Josie Jewell quality about him, where it's like, how does this guy end up with the football all the time? So, love it. Jackson at DT. Okay, interesting.
Okay. So we're back to round 1. So we're doing the 9th of the 10 mocks. So we've this one and one more.
Gotcha. Okay. So,
and you notice Terrell moved up a little bit because he was like 27 and he's moved up to 24. So when you do, anytime you pick somebody, they move up, and the players ahead of them move down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I see Zion Young. A lot of Bears fans really like Zion Young, huh? They're high on him. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Let's see. So in the second round, we've seen runs on edge, and we've definitely seen runs on corner. So I feel like that's about where the Bears sit with it. They have to kind of go edge or corner if they want to get a starter, at least out of the gates, at least a certain starter. So let me see. We got Banks there. We got Howell.
I think corner in this draft, rounds 3 and 4, is better than round 2, especially with where the Bears pick.
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like if you don't get it, then definitely not in the second. But in the third, you could really, make some magic happen. So I agree.
I would argue that the talent fall off at defensive line is
yeah.
So
yeah.
You can't be faulted for going defensive tackle early because the draft is deeper at edge and defensive back, rounds 2 through 5.
Absolutely. And that's
so there is a question. Would you take Keionte Scott either in round 1 or 2?
I wouldn't take him in round 1. To your point, Keionte is a really good player. He really flashed on tape. I think he has some of the traits. I just feel like some things you got to just verify the measurables, verify the speed at the combine. But overall, seemed like a pretty solid player. I don't have a first on him. I don't have a first on a lot of guys. This is a year where I've had a very few number of firsts. Like I have maybe 14 guys that I feel like, oh yeah, they just check a box at the combine first rounder. And there's a lot of guys where it's like they really got to show out. So this is a bad year for, hey, Montel is this guy first rounder because I have not seen it with a lot of the most talented players. But I could do a whole podcast on just that. But let's go ahead and let's take Cassius Howell here in the first round and see where we end up.
Okay, so we do Cassius Howell in round 1. We get to round 2, and I'm going to verify D'Angelo Pons is still being taken by the Jags, but you can see Rodriguez, Neal, Thunker, Akis, Ramsey, Moore, Overton, Miller, Thomas, all sniped before you're on the clock at 57.
Absolutely. And I feel like that's something that, you got to be ready to do. Is that Ty Simpson available?
So I don't know that Ty Simpson had dropped in the others. I just happened to notice he was here. Paige Casey is available. Okay. Do you have a round 2 grade on him?
I actually do. Yeah, I do have a round 2 on him.
Do you like him more than Golday, Trotter, and Orange?
In terms of fit for the Bears, yes. Only because I feel like I said, Trotter is more of a mic. I feel like the Bears, they can get a mic. They also have mics. They need a pursuit. They need a will. And then if you compare him, you think about Orange. Especially if you think about interior defensive line, there's a guy that plays at Iowa. I feel like he'll be there round 3. Aaron something, I think is
Aaron Graves. Yep.
Yeah, that's a guy I think the Bears could target. So if they want to go interior DL, that should be there for them. Mock draft willing in round 3. But I'm gonna take Cage Casey.
Okay, so there's a good chance that this becomes the D'Angelo Pons round 2 mock that you've been waiting for.
I sure hope so, because I've been counting, and I'm like 8 out of 10 is like crazy.
Ultimately, he's high enough on the Jaguars board that even when other players drop,
They still want him.
The Jaguars people that use the simulator, they want D'Angelo Ponce. Right. So when you're using the Draft Professor simulator, the first round challenge and the second round challenge is how you kind of put your board in. So this is you putting your board in for the Bears, and then other people are going to mock draft against it. So even if they take somebody that you like in round 2, one of the other guys you like in round 2 will still be the Bears pick.
Exactly. And I think that's something that I can kind of hang my hat on, because it does feel kind of tough, but we'll see where we go. Give me Howell again. I'm taking him again. And then let's just see what falls to the Bears in the second round here.
Okay, and so you should see that Casey went there, and Ponce is now here.
Oh, well, you know what I'm doing. I've been waiting forever for that.
Okay, so if we look at the grades, if you get an A, that usually means that other people have picked that player in that round to that team.
Gotcha.
That an A is any one of the top 8 players, right? So who's ever the best available down to 8 gives you the A. The B is a player that's 9 through 16.
Gotcha.
So again, the entire grading on the simulator is a popularity contest.
Yeah.
If we look like Derek Moore, when you get a C, you were the first one to pick him in that round. R. Mason Thomas, you were the first one to pick him in that round. That's why you get the C. So they were reasonably high, but not high enough to be round 1.
Yeah, which I understand. And I do, some of the picks on purpose. I've always done this when I make mock drafts. If I found a guy that I like that's not popular, I've always said, okay, this is the guy who the Bears take here, because more people need to know. They need to get used to seeing some of these names, because you never know what can happen. And also, you never know what player might be more viable in the end. So you can't say, Montel never said, or Montel never heard of this guy, or never. No, I did. Yeah, I did. I brought it up. You got to think about R. Mason Thomas. You got to think about those guys. So when draft day comes, I can always be like, told you so, kind of thing. So,
so Montel, we have maybe 20 or 30 minutes left.
Sure.
I turned on Fanatic mode, which is a mode to say do unique mock drafts. Yeah. And I said, we're going to do 4 unique Bears mocks. We're going to go 4 rounds each. If memory serves me correctly, the Bears have multiple picks. I think it is round 4, but it might be later. But we're going to do 4 round mocks for the Bears. You will not be allowed to pick the same player in any round twice.
Gotcha.
So we're basically going to try to put 4 different Bears mocks together. And the cool thing is I have a pretty good idea as to who you like in rounds 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So in round 1, notice how Cassius Howell is above Caleb Banks.
Yeah. So he's still.
And that's from all of the stuff that we just did for the second round challenge.
Yeah.
So if the board falls like this, who do you pick?
Board falls like this. I'm just going to stay original here. So we'll start with Cassius Howell, and then we'll get crazy on the other mocks and see what happens.
Okay, so we go Cassius Howell round 1. We get to round 2, and Kristen Miller is there.
Oh, wow.
And do you take Miller over Ramsey? Do you take Miller over Akis? Miller over Casey? Miller over Rodriguez?
Man, this is interesting. I'm gonna take Kamari Casey. So like I said, we'll get
You want
creative.
Kamari Ramsey here?
I'm sorry, Kamari Ramsey. I said Kamari Casey.
Not a problem. So we do Cassius Howell, Kamari Ramsey.
Yep.
And then we're coming into round 3. You said you liked Aaron Graves here?
Yep, there you go. Highly productive on the interior at Iowa. Marcus Share double tackles, Marcus Share sacks. Shout out to James Coburn who pointed some of these metrics out. Watch the film, looks good. Wish he had more highlight tape available, but I did watch game film. Aaron Graves is a guy, so don't worry, Bears. If you need a nose, we'll take him. We'll be fine. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, we're good. I like the way that you're talking through that. That's the entire point of the podcast. Okay, so now you're at round 4. Is there a round 4 corner that you like, such as Thaddeus Dixon, Colin Wright,
I like Harvey.
Marcus Allen?
Yeah, I have some things that are ranked a little bit differently, but I would say if oh wait, go back. Yeah, if you've got JQ still on the board in the
And you
third,
like JQ Hardaway in round 4.
oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that's
I
why
like
we do
that.
this. That's why we get into round
Yeah.
4s. We begin to find some guys that you're like, Hardaway round 4, you knew as soon as you saw him that you like him.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what we do here. Okay, so the simulator starts the second mock. It snipes Howell 3 picks before you're on the clock.
Mhm.
So if Howell's off the board, what are you looking at in round 1? Is this Caleb Banks?
You know what? Let's do Caden McDonald. Let's do Caden.
Okay. Caden McDonald in round 1. Okay, so you get Caden McDonald round 1.
Mhm.
In round 2, the simulator knows to snipe Kamari Ramsey before you're on the clock.
Wow.
So you do Kate. Yeah. So fanatic mode, some of these can get a little difficult. We're only doing
it's great.
4 of
This is
them.
good, but you're right. This is how mock draft should be, and this is how they should be thinking. Because some of them, they've got guys with first round grades in round 3 somehow available, and so I do like this. This is more realistic. Let's scroll down and see what all we got. So I took Caden in round 1. Is that correct?
Yes, you did.
I did. I took Caden in round 1. Okay, and then at corner, I'm assuming nothing really, right? Okay. Yeah, we can wait on corner. We can definitely wait. And then safety, I'm just gonna do a quick check. I already know what I'm taking. I just want to make sure we're not. Ooh. You know what? I really like Bud Clark. Yeah, I think now's the time to go and get Bud Clark.
Okay. So we do Bud Clark. So that's Caden McDonald, Bud Clark, rounds 1 and 2. What are you thinking you want to do in round 3?
In round 3, it's gonna be yeah. If you've got Kate, yeah, we might have to just get Cage Casey. That might be it. Scroll down a little bit more.
And again, my advice is don't trust. This is where you don't want to trust the board at all. You want to know who you're looking for and verify. I wouldn't because somebody for the Bears picked Tim Keenan, it looks like in round 3.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
Understood.
So don't. My advice would be if you know which defensive we already did defensive line.
Yeah.
So what edges?
Yeah. The LSU edge. What is his name? Shorter edge type player. What is this guy's name? Oh my god. He's actually pretty good. Is it? I'm gonna have to get to him.
LSU edge.
Yes. Or
Patrick Payton.
No, or is he a line? I don't know if he's a linebacker or an edge on their roster, but he's highly productive.
You're talking about Harold Perkins.
Yes. Is he?
He should be here. Yep, he's right here.
Okay, so let me think through this. So I went round 1. I went
McDonald. Then you went Bud Clark.
Oh yeah, I like this. Let's go and get Harold Perkins. And I like him because he is. There's some functional strength things that'll have to, get better with the strength and conditioning program. But he can be an edge rusher. He can be a pursuit linebacker. He's an agent of chaos. In the chess matches that are defensive fronts, he's a really good piece to have.
Okay. Then the simulator makes sure that JQ Hardaway is off the board before your 4th round pick. You haven't taken a corner, and you haven't. I guess Harold Perkins in this situation is an edge. So is this edge, or are you looking somewhere else?
I'm really looking for the best DB available, right? Because I took a safety.
You took Bud Clark, but you didn't take a corner.
Didn't take a corner. Let's see what we got here.
So Dixon's here, Wright is here, Prysock is here, Hall is here.
Ooh, I like the
Marcus Allen.
Marshall.
And this is round 4. You're looking at a round 4 board here.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me see what's at running back right now. This is round 4. Yeah. What do we have at running back?
So Henry, Black, Hemby, Randall, Henderson, McGowan, Taylor.
Okay, yeah, we can't do too much. What's it? Maybe on the interior offensive line, or just
Bo Stevens is here round 4. Nwewu's here round 4. Trey Zune is here round 4. J.C. Davis is here round 4. Jalen Farmer is here round 4.
ooh, you know what? I thought I like Farmer here. Yeah, yeah. Where's he at?
You want Jalen Farmer?
Yeah, yeah. Let's take Farmer. It's a really good player. I think on the interior. Let me think. Is there anyone at tackle before I go on this?
And the question I always ask is who you looking for? Like Emil Wagner is here.
No. I was hoping. Okay, yeah, yeah. No, he's long gone off the board. All right, yeah. Give me Farmer. Yeah, there we go. We'll be good there. All right.
Okay, so we've done 2 of the 4 mocks for Fanatic mode. We've got 2 more to go. So what
Yep.
the simulator is going to do is take the players that you took the first 2 times, and it will have them get drafted. In this case, Cassius Howell and Caden McDonald right before you're on the clock. So if
Mhm.
Howell and McDonald are off the board, what do you do? Like, so in this, we never saw Kenyon Sadiq ever fall to Chicago before. So
We haven't, and
more
he's
likely you're not picking him, but I'm pointing out that he's there.
yeah. What do we have at edge? Like, what? I mean, TJ Parker. I'm assuming has been sniped. It makes sense.
Correct.
In theory, he should
Correct.
not fall to us. So I respect that he's not there. I just have to double check. And before I move, what's it? No, that would be crazy. What's it? Well, let's see what's at corner again. Yeah, let's go.
So Abney is here.
And Caleb Banks is still on the board, right?
And Caleb Banks is here, yes.
Yeah, let's take Banks.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need to overthink it.
Yeah, right. I thought it was like, no. You know.
I mean, he was the number 1 player when the podcast started. He was your favorite player in the simulator, and all of a sudden, Cassius Howell overtook him halfway through the podcast.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I kind of decided to stray a little bit.
It's okay. I like the straying. It makes for good content. So you do Caleb Banks in round 1. In round 2, Ramsey and Clark have been sniped before your pick.
Gotcha.
But in prior mocks, you liked Akis, you've liked Miller, Casey, Rodriguez.
Banks, you kind of have like that 3 to 6 technique.
Yep, and you also like Derek Moore.
I do. Yeah, with Caleb Banks, you kind of have that 3 to 6 technique that can really play. I got to take best player. I like Kristen Miller. He's like a guy that's a certain interior guy. So let's just double down on defensive line. See how that looks.
Okay, so we go Banks, Miller, rounds 1 and 2. What are you thinking in round 3?
I think we got to go. We got to see what's left at DB. We've got to, if there's not value there, we got to find it. Be it.
So who are your round 3 corners that you like for the Bears?
There are some. I mean, I like Malik Muhammad. He's been there I've seen him a few times.
Yeah, so Muhammad's here.
Yeah.
Everett's here. Dixon's here.
You have Marshall, Devon Marshall. See.
Oh, Devon Marshall. Yes, he's here.
Yeah. Let's go with Marshall. Yeah. Let's.
I like that. So Marshall's 160.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to get to the round 4 pick. So after you go with Banks, Miller, and then Devon Marshall round 3, what are you thinking you want to do in round 4? Is there a round 4 safety that you like? Such as Lewis Moore?
In a perfect world, AJ Halsey should be here. In a perfect world.
No, in this simulator, he's probably not getting out of round 2.
Yeah, I know.
There's a few people that really like him.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I just think, that archetype, that body type, I for it's just very rich for top 50 for me. But okay, let's see.
Bishop Fitzgerald is also here in round 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who did you just?
Yeah, I was talking Bishop Fitzgerald. So you've gone Banks, Miller, Marshall.
Thanks, Miller, Marshall.
You've been looking for safeties. So I was asking, well, round 4 safeties. Some people like Lewis Moore there, and some people like Bishop Fitzgerald there.
Interesting. What do we have on the line? Or you can just go to all, and then I can probably just figure it out. But I'm just like,
well, my advice is always look through positional because, again, this list is here based upon people that have done mocks for the Bears before. But if we don't want to use their opinions, like look at the edge, like Barham is here in round 4.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And then linebacker, Taurine York, Kyle Lewis, Aiden Fisher are all still here round 4.
This is easy. Yeah, Kyle Lewis. Yeah,
okay.
I like him. That's a really good football player. Yeah, some of these guys you just think won't be there, and then they're there. Like, yeah, it's a pretty good football player.
It's all based upon behavior. So the issue is, if you think of other simulators, they just list Kyle Lewis as a linebacker. And if a team has a need for linebacker, it would assign Lewis. But Lewis is not a scheme fit for 32 NFL teams.
Yeah.
Right? Like, realistically, for Buffalo, he would be a slot defender. And Buffalo's not going to address slot till day 3.
Exactly.
So he would be on Buffalo's board, but he's not going to be on the board until day 3 because the slot position isn't valuable enough to take on day 1 or 2.
Absolutely. Yeah. I get a feel for that. I think for what the Bears have going on, they could see some rotations with their current slot defenders. So I'm like, this would be a great chess piece to add, especially in passing situations. So I'm all over it. Cassius Howell's really popular now. Okay, I see. Pick 22.
Yep. So it learns who you like. Cassius Howell, Caden McDonald, Caleb Banks, all sniped. You've picked Abney before, and you've picked R. Mason Thomas before. Curious which of those 2 guys you like the most here.
It's a really good question. I think either way, you're getting a really strong first-round player. Going off of, I don't know, depth that I've seen, guys that can jump in right away and do something. I don't know. I really like Thomas. And, it's surprising that he falls right at 36 in this mock because, I was hoping either I get to say I stole someone at 57 or, you know what I mean? But no, to your point, Dylan Thyme is ranked at 35. Yeah, some of these are very, very
again situations. When you say he's ranked at 35, that's just where he's been picked by Bears.
No, I understand.
Based on the frequency of how often he's picked in which round by Bears fans.
Yeah, understood. I just think some of these Bears fans have some very lofty evaluations of some of these guys. I'm gonna go with
but think of it this way. If you look at the wide receivers, like Chris Bell, Jacoby Lane, Casey Concepcion is 114 because Bears fans aren't picking wide receivers.
Yeah.
Does this mean that Concepcion's the 114th player on the board? No. It just means Bears fans aren't picking him. So the algorithm just keeps sliding him down.
Yeah.
So that he's not part of the display.
Understood. Yeah. Give me R. Mason Thomas. I'm going to stick with the first round edge kind of theme here.
Okay. So we do R. Mason Thomas in round 1. In round 2, you're going to see your 3 favorite players sniped. So round 3, Ramsey, Clark, Miller sniped. Pons.
Oh, let's go. We're taking D'Angelo Pons. That's an easy one.
Okay, so you get R. Mason Thomas, D'Angelo Pons. You haven't taken a defensive tackle.
Have not.
And we also haven't talked about round 3 safeties. So would you look at round 3 safeties like Taft, Husky, Wheatley? And I was looking to see if Genesis Smith was here, but right now I'm not seeing him. Oh, he is. Genesis Smith is here. We would always look at safety in round 4, but Genesis Smith is here in round 3.
Oh man, okay. Perkins and Marshall off the board. I started with Thomas and Pons. Aaron Graves, is he available?
No, because you picked him the
Ah,
first time, so he gets sniped before your
gotcha.
pick. Is there another round 3 defensive tackle that you like?
Let's go back to safeties. Let's go back to safeties.
And Genesis Smith is here. He's just further down the board.
I really like Miles Scott. Yeah, I really.
Okay, so you like Miles Scott round 3?
Hold on. All right, let me see defensive tackle really quick. I feel like if he's not there, yeah.
Who are your round 3 defensive tackles?
Overton. I like Durant. Oh, Durant is there. That's good. Corleone, a little too old.
I'm looking to see if Overton is here, but Overton in this is listed as an edge, but I don't see him.
Okay, gotcha. He's not there. Okay. So let's go back to the DL. I think I'm going to go ahead and get Zane Durant off the board there. And there's no
Zane Durant round 3.
Yeah, his teammate is probably already selected. Okay.
So that's Art Mason Thomas, D'Angelo Pons, Zane Durant.
Yep.
And then we have a round 4 pick. And we definitely want to make sure that Genesis Smith has been drafted. Yeah, so Genesis Smith is off the board here.
He's off the board. Okay.
Gotcha. Round 4.
Got it. Okay. Let's see. So we have edge,
Thomas, Pons, Durant.
Defensive line. So what do we have at safety now with that being said?
Miles Scott is here round 4.
I like him, but I don't know. Let's all right, let's shoot for value. So what do we have at like running back or receiver? Like let's
Allen dropped.
Yeah, let's take him. Absolutely.
There you go. You see, and I like that. You know the player that you're looking for.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm probably most proud of that last mock there. So yeah, that's
okay.
Good.
So, and you notice that we see a few more lower grades. So
yeah,
my advice to anybody watching this using the simulator, if you do the same mock twice, your grades are going to be better the second time because the first one moves the players up and the second one you can show more A's and B's. Yeah. If you get an A+, that means that you picked the player that was at the top of the draft card at the time that you did the mock. So if we do a mock for a different team, I would pay attention to who the Bears picked in rounds 3, 4, and 5, because they're probably going to be players that you selected during Fanatic mode when we did that last demonstration.
Yeah, I really think so. Especially that last one. I think that was one of the better ones I put together. Yeah, looking back, it would have been nice to have Genesis Smith. That might have been a move there. But I think Durant, I mean, defensive line has been such an issue, So, yeah, that's a tough one. And I think free agency will kind of give, a little bit more, insight as to, where to hone in on. But this was an excellent exercise. And I got to be real, I've been doing this for a while. And, a lot of these mock draft ones, they're a little easier. So this was good. Really, really got me thinking.
I'm glad that it got you thinking. So if you had fun here, flip Fanatic mode to 8. And give yourself an hour, grab an apple, grab a beer, and do 8 Bears mocks and at least go to round 4. The day 3 boards on this simulator will be highly variable. So I have the algorithm such that if somebody grabs a player in round 4, they should move really close to the top of the round 4 board. That doesn't happen in rounds 1 through 3. But so the reason I say that is that, for example, I noticed that you were higher on a couple of players. Hardaway specifically, I think you're the highest I've heard on Hardaway. And you're higher by maybe 1 round. I think a lot of people like him round 5. When you saw him round 4, you jumped on him.
Yeah, right? Highly productive player. That's what explosive, highly productive. But yeah, I agree.
So if you do this Fanatic mode 8 times, you're gonna end up taking your board. And your favorite players day 3 are going to get sniped. You're basically sniping them from the other team.
Nice.
And that's the idea. So this is competitive mock drafting because every team is going through the same exercise you are. And it's just because they're picking earlier than Chicago, those safeties you were looking for were off the board.
Exactly. And yeah, it's unfortunate. Like I feel like in a perfect world, I mean, I guess it looks like guys like Halsey is going to be higher. Neil Warren is a guy I like. And these are people that, you used to be able to get in round 2, round 3 and feel good about. Now they're first rounders. Now they're top 50. It's like, you just it's frustrating.
Well, and I think part of the challenge too is that, there's between 15 and 20 first round grades.
Mm-hmm.
But even that next tier of players, especially at premium positions, is fewer. So like our Mason Thomas, our scouting reports came back top 50 round 2.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point, he's probably being pushed up into round 1 because the other edges aren't as explosive as he is.
Exactly. They can't run the hoop the way he does. I'm not going to drop names, but there's an edge that has 6 years of football experience that can't do at 280 pounds what our Mason Thomas can do at 240. So there's some things there. There's some things to look at, some things might change post combine, but yeah, for sure.
So Montel, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell everybody about your Bears podcasts and anything else that you do.
Sure. So I write for the Chicago Bears. You can see all my work. It's at what is it? Bear. Oh goodness. What is it? It's basically the Bear version of. I gotta find it on my Twitter now. I'm sorry, it's been too long. You can find me on Twitter, by the way, at Montel NFL. That's MONTEL NFL. And my it's just Bears at 247 Sports. That's why I couldn't name it. Bears at 247 Sports. That's what it is. All right. So I do a lot of NFL draft things and some game by game things there too. Me personally, I've been evaluating for over 10 years. I've done it at the highest levels. I was an intern at Northern Illinois University. I worked in player personnel with 3 years at Wake Forest University. I did quality control, analytics, and film grading at North Carolina Central University. And then I still do consulting on the side, most recently for Texas Wesleyan University. I did some consulting for them for their winter war room. So that's some stuff that I do. All the draft stuff, I've done it for quite some time. I've been evaluating since 2014. I love doing it. There are some years I've taken off. I'm back this year. So it's exciting. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Well, Montel, I've had a lot of fun talking Bears draft with you.
Of course.
I would like to remind everybody watching that we have Epic Mock 26, April 9th, 10th, and 11th. And we will have 33 different podcasts going for the one mock draft. So every team is going to have their own podcast. And then we're also going to have one central to draft professors. Last year, when we did Epic Mock 25, that was by far the most watched podcast nearly every podcaster that participated had for the entire year.
Now, how does that work? Is it like one person says, okay, I'm going to pick a few guys and this is my Bears war room, or like, how does it,
There will be a spreadsheet, right? Everybody will be able to display on their podcasts. And then each team will have one person who's supposed to enter their picks onto the spreadsheet. I'm going to be keeping track of the times. So like in round 1, you have a 10-minute pick timer. And then rounds 2 and 3, I believe it's 4 minutes. It might be 5. I got to go back and check my math. And then rounds 4 through 7, it's a 2-minute pick timer. So I'm keeping track of the time. And I'll be messaging, okay, put your pick in type deal. But
yeah,
generally speaking, like if you wanted to do it, you would be on your own Bears podcast. You'd be talking about the mock. Mm-hmm. You would have trade offers coming in from the other people in the event. Mm-hmm. And ultimately what we ask is that you tag your podcast. So tag your podcast, Epic Mock 26, and other people from other teams are going to come and watch your podcast because they're going to want to hear what you're saying. For example, if somebody snipes D'Angelo Pons from you, you could go into their feed and you could let them know you wanted them to drop. You wanted them to drop, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like you can even go and you can banter with the other people doing the drafts in their other war rooms. It is a lot of fun, and it takes us 3 days to get all 7 rounds done.
Yeah.
This year, we're also adding a UDFA bonanza. So on Sunday, there's going to be a Draft Professor podcast where we will only talk about the players that did not get selected in the draft for 7 rounds. So we're going to be able to talk about, 300 to 350 players for that one weekend. So
wow, yeah, that's phenomenal. That's a lot to keep track of, isn't it, for the 33 podcast?
It is, and I am surrounded at Draft Professor by 80 of the greatest podcasters in the universe. Nice. So while I am the PR end of it, I can't do it by myself. Like, huge shout out to Jolene. She makes sure the picks come in on time, and a few other things, because I'll be live podcasting. So when I said I have you on a pick timer, that's really Jolene.
Yeah, you can't like macromanage everyone, make sure they get their picks in. You got to entertain the crowd. I hear you. Okay, cool. At least I know how this works now. And then how many hours does it go for each day? Do you guys like just until we get done with the first?
So if you were to do it for the Bears, the ask would be you definitely want to do it before the Bears are on the clock.
Oh yeah.
But then once the Bears make their last pick of the day, right? So
So
the challenge is I can't tell you when you're going to be on the clock round 1.
Gotcha.
Because even though there's a 10-minute pick timer, we're not NFL teams. We don't milk all 10 minutes off the clock. We give 10 minutes in case somebody wants to negotiate a trade. But generally speaking, most picks are coming in, within 3 to 5 minutes of when somebody's on the clock. So my advice to you would be to start your podcast really close to 7 p.m. Eastern. Follow along the draft, talk about the trade offers that you have, talk about Draft Professor, the events, talk about the Epic Mock event. And then similar for day 2, which would be Friday, start your podcast, I would say pretty close to 6:30, because round 2 is going to go twice as fast as round 1.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing.
Okay. I can see that.
Yep.
I can see that. Yeah. And so the further rounds as well. So I got you. Okay.
Right. And I know a lot of Bears podcasters. The issue is none of them can commit to 3 days. So like Steve Letizia has podcasted here before. Jacob Infante has. Tyler Hill. Do you know Tyler?
I knew everyone until you mentioned Tyler.
Tyler is a news reporter in Champaign, Illinois.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He podcasts with the Draft Professors every Saturday.
Nice.
But again, Tyler can't commit to every day because he's on air for the TV specifically on Thursday and Friday. But Tyler could collaborate with you on Saturday.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right, so that you have other Bears people on the podcast to talk about it with. The goal is build a war room. Bring other people in that have opinions different than yours, and that's the podcast content.
Yeah, and I think there's too many of us doing this, because I know, Quentin does this too. There's too many of us doing this for us to not have a representative there. We can, do sheets, we can do a lot of different things. There's a way to do this. We just have to put one together. There's too many factions.
So if you look on YouTube, look up Epic Mock 25. If you look at the Bills feed specifically, nobody agreed. Nobody agreed. So the person that ran the Steelers War Room last year, they had a Build-A-Board podcast before the event. So they built a board as a group so that when they got on the clock, they were really just confirming that the board that they built was still correct.
That's
right? Because if we look at even like how you did Fanatic mode, you were doing edge or defensive tackle early, maybe corner, but you would probably have a board that you would want these 2 defensive tackles off the board before you looked at a corner.
Yeah.
Right. You want these 2 or 3 edges off the board before you looked at a corner. So even though your grade on Terrell might be higher,
Mm-hmm.
the positional need is more important on the interior.
Yeah.
Those types of things. So
Yeah. Because
you can even create your own podcast to build a board for the Epic Mock event, bring in all of the people, because I liked the Building the Board podcast with Buffalo. In some ways, it was better than the War Room.
I thought the Bears did that, didn't it? Didn't someone do that for the Bears as well last year? I felt like there was a group of guys that did that.
So there may have been, but if they didn't tell me about the podcast or they didn't tag it, I'm not going to find it. Right?
Interesting.
So that's why I also asked to tag the podcast, Epic Mock 26, so that it can be found. I have a spreadsheet where we're sharing all the feeds. So that way, if people want to come and say, why did you take my defensive tackle? Right? There can be banter, and that's going to help everybody. Absolutely. Right? From just a team community standpoint.
Absolutely.
All the podcasts tagging and then everybody jumping into the feeds of the other podcasters really helps with the YouTube algorithm.
I'm sure. Yeah. And that'll really get the views up and everything. Yeah, that's incredible. It's a really good idea. I might ping a couple of people because I feel like there's a way we can organize it to where we can have, everyone jump in, possibly agree on something. And then we can also have different people working and putting in the pick too. So there's a way to do this.
It's really good content. So as long as you're up for making good content that is truly unique, because you can't do a podcast like this every weekend.
No.
Right. Because everybody will watch it once. Hey, that was fun. They probably learned some new names because you're going to have to talk to them through some of the round or some of the day 3 names. Right. So you get a chance to talk about players that you don't normally get to talk about on a podcast.
Exactly. And
right. There's a lot of value, especially on Saturday.
Yeah. These Saturdays.
People are going to hear names that they haven't heard before.
Absolutely. And there's going to be, tremendous opportunity. It's about who, grinded the tape, did the work. Those are the guys who went on day 3.
Yes. And Epic Mock is about celebrating the people that did the work.
Gotcha.
That's exactly what it is. So find all of your Bears friends that did it, bring them on a pod with you. If they're fans of other teams, if you have friends that are fans of other teams, I'll plug them in and say, just through word of mouth, hey, at least give this person like a 15-minute cameo on a podcast. But there's some really big podcasts that have already committed. So like Overreaction Buffalo is committed.
Really? Wow. I see. The funny thing, I'm not even a Bills fan and I know of them. And I've listened to some of their
stuff. That's what I mean. So there's some of the podcasters would be smaller than that, but some of them are significant. The Miami Dolphins podcast that's doing it is just as big.
Gotcha.
And I'm less familiar with Bobby, but Bobby and I have texted within the last 3 days. So again, like Epic Mock, like I'm putting it together now because
have you pitched this to
give myself enough runway, I'll have everything filled up.
Have you pitched this to the other Bears guys yet?
I talked to Tyler about it. Steve and Jacob couldn't commit for all 3 days.
Okay. But that's all they had to say about it.
They couldn't commit for all 3 days. But as soon as, like, for example, so Montel, if you commit, like I will tell Steve, look, Montel's doing this. Would you like to hop on his podcast? I will tell Jacob the same thing. If you give me permission to invite them to your podcast, I will be happy to help you.
Yeah, I mean, I like to collaborate. I've never actually, when you say invite to podcast, we would just be, joining via a link like this, or are we making like our own?
No, so you have to make the feed because I've got the draft professor.
Okay, board. I see what you're saying.
You would have the Chicago Bears feed. So
gotcha.
You would invite them to yours. You and I would never see each other on camera that entire weekend because I'll have my feed on the Draft Professor channel. You'll have your Bears feed. You better believe I'm going to be looking at your feed. If you tag it, I'm going to be watching it the week after. Guaranteed I'm watching it the week after. Just to see how you covered it, because there may be things that you did that I could learn from to build the event for the following year. But I want you guys to have fun with it. And if you guys have fun with it, that's really good PR for Draft Professor. And that's all this is, right? It's you are PRing Draft Professor. I am PRing all of the Chicago Bears people that have supported Draft Professor. And that's what I am all about.
Gotcha. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm thinking. I definitely want to talk to some of the guys I know, see if we can put together a decent one.
I will drop you my phone number so that you can text me. So in our chat, I'll drop my phone number. So if anybody has questions, it's probably easier to talk through this.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I have a vision for people like guest appearing on other podcasts. So for example, if you wanted to be able to jump into Overreaction Buffalo for 5 or 10 minutes, chat with the different podcasters there, more than likely that can be arranged. Right. So just from a building a community standpoint, I do like the idea of people appearing on other people's podcasts, because if that happened because of me, even if I'm not the one that's on your podcast, again, that's really good PR.
Yeah. And that is awesome. Wow. Yeah, that'd be a really good opportunity. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let me pour over this. Definitely send me your number. And you can tell Steve, because I'm thinking like maybe there's a way we can make like a YouTube account. We just share the password. Someone hosts it one day or 3 hours. Someone hosts for another. You know what I mean? So then we can take turns hosting. So yeah, I'll let Steve know that I'm interested. I'm definitely down to collaborate. And I think after that, we just have to figure out, how we can build out like a broader group. But I think this is something I can do for sure. This is not bad, because I've done similar stuff with just me. Like it was more of like a phone calling thing, but I've done similar with just me, just going for one.
So ironically, Jerry Ostrowski said he used to do a phone calling one on the radio a few years ago. So I told him the same thing I'm telling you. I said, this is similar. Our logistics are just going to be different. Yeah. Because the picks are going to come in because everybody was assigned a team. Yeah. And so Montel, we're going to close out the podcast right now.
Oh, sure.
For Montel, for me, for the 80 podcasters at the Draft Professor, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you on a podcast again in about 30 minutes.
For sure.